Peaceful greetings, everyone. So I came to do a video about a product that I actually love and usually, uh, purchase quite often. However, I have been more reluctant to purchase this item more recently because it's like hit or miss that it has an issue with the packaging. And the store that I get it from, some of the managers aren't like so professional in knowing that if there's a issue with the product's packaging, like they're supposed to either exchange it or they're actually supposed to refund the money because they're it's a safety issue. Like everyone, or I don't know if everyone's taught this, but I was definitely taught that you don't utilize packages that their seals have been broken or that there's some kind of issue with the package itself, okay, that makes it unsafe. So I'm going to give you guys an example with another product, okay? And this is just to give you an idea of the stuff that I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm not sponsored by these products or anything like that. Okay, but I do utilize them. Okay, so Bragg's Liquid Aminos is a soy sauce substitute and it's made of amino acids. Okay, so it's gluten free, and sweetheart, I have a YouTube channel. I have an activity ebook. Would you like to read it? Sweetheart, what's your name? What's your name? What is your name, ma'am? Can you guys hear this woman? She's like verbally attacking me. I don't know who this is. I've never met this woman in my life, but she was actually, I wasn't even going to add this into the video, but since she's like verbally attacking me while I'm actually recording, it's crazy because she was actually attempting to wrestle with a shopping cart outside of my wagon or whatever. Uh, I can't see her because I have this tarp over it. But she was wrestling with it, and it was like she was purposefully trying to move it like closer to my cart. And I was like, ma'am, please don't do that, sweetheart, because I'm in a wheelchair and I have to get out. So it's almost like she was trying to purposefully trap me in here because after I said that, I stated that to her, she was like, you're not even supposed to be here. And like, what does that have to do with you wrestling with a cart that's obviously like locked up? The wheels are locked up, and putting it closer to my wagon, where you've obviously probably been watching and seeing that that's where I get in and out from. Confirmation with the horn. So, that's illegal in itself, like to entrap anyone, but also to actually entrap somebody that's handicapped is even worse. I mean, morally, but lawfully as well. So, anyways, I was gonna start out the video talking about that. I was like, no, I'm not gonna, like how do you say, like, give that negative energy any attention, but I guess the negative energy wanted more attention, so she started verbally attacking me right now. So I hope you guys could hear everything that she was saying because she was like, "Oh, lazy, get a job. Um, yeah, I bet your blah blah." I don't know. She said something about, "I bet your mother stunk," or "Why don't you get a job and go home," and stuff like that. Well, I'm praying with her that I'm going. I'm praying with her that I'm going home. Okay. And home meaning my lawful legal uh home. Right? Okay, so we can be in agreement with me going home, but my home is here. Okay, here in the misnomered Americas, rightfully Atlantis, also called and identified as Turtle Island, that is also identified as Kemet, Egypt of the West. So, whoever that is needs, if I'm going home, which I am home, that needs to go home. Because we don't need that kind of negative vibes and obviously like classism, racism. We don't want none of that over here. We on high vibes and good stuff over here, regardless of what the outside situation might look like. Okay. She has obviously no idea about my situation and what I'm doing here in the first place. She obviously hasn't seen my website sign that's on the side that it sounded like she was like, should have been able to see. But either way, you know, or me actually in front of these shopping center stores passing out my activity ebook for my new subscribers. I guess she never see she watching, but she ain't watching none of that. Like, that's kind of weird, you know. Um, but anyways, back to the video at hand because I feel like part of this is, the negative adversarial forces not wanting me to get this video out because I've actually been wanting to do this specific video for some time now. It's months, months, and months. Months ago, I actually took a video inside of the actual store that I buy them at, and I took a video showing how all of the packaging would already be open, and then it was like hit or miss if the actual internal packaging was unprofessionally, unsafely packaged. Okay, so I was gonna give you guys the example with the Bragg's aminos. Okay, so Bragg's aminos actually usually comes with this top seal, right? That's completely sealed. Now I've already opened this one. Okay, but then it all, so this seal, right, it's supposed to be completely sealed. See, and it even actually, let me pull this off all the way because I usually leave it a little bit on there so it can help with, protecting it from spills and stuff. But I want you guys to see this. It literally states on there, sealed for your protection. And I never really noticed that it actually stated that on there, but I'm so glad that it does because that's the whole purpose and that's the point, right? So it has, Bragg's has this seal that's supposed to be completely sealed, and then it comes with a plastic seal on the outside. Okay, it has like a little rip that you rip down, and then you can remove the plastic seal from the outside, and then it has the double seal with this. Okay, so this other product, it is it comes in a box that's supposed to be sealed, which I will add the video that shows that all these boxes would be open. But this is supposed to be vacuum sealed package. Okay, so a vacuum sealed package will not allow for, you know, air. It's all of the air in here. Okay, there's not supposed to be any bubble of air because it's vacuum sealed. Okay, I hope you guys can see that. So the thing is that this is not sealed properly. Hold on. Not only is it not sealed properly, I'm going to put this back over here. Oy. Not only is that not vacuum sealed properly, the store management would not allow me to refund that poorly sealed package, right? Um, when it was unsafely, and it was obviously not a true, like, right, done, properly done vacuum seal. Okay, vacuum seal means that it has sucked out all of the air, and it's not supposed to have air like that at all. No air. Vacuum sealed means that all the air is sucked out, so it should be like tight, like the package should be tight around the meat, because that's actually smoked salmon. Okay, so there should be no wiggle room in there at all. So that it does that, that is inappropriate. It is absolutely unacceptable, right? That the package can actually, so it should be tight. I don't know how I can do it, but it should be super tight up against the actual, and you should be able to see so tight that it should, you should be able to see the outline of the actual meat, but you can't because it's so much, it's not vacuum sealed. Even if there's liquid in there, it would still seal up to the liquid. And so because I buy this product often, I know the proper seal, what it's going to look like as well with that packaging. And this was totally done inappropriately. It was totally done inappropriately. So anyways, I wanted to come and, make this company aware that there is and has been an issue with their packaging, whether it is actually their doing, right, in manufacturing, that um, they're actually not properly sealing it during the processing, or it's somebody tampering with their products, right? Which is still an issue that can, relate back to them because it's their product. Okay. So if I've gotten numerous, the last one, I actually was able, it was a smaller package that I purchased. It was actually, I was able to return it. Hold on. Got something in my eye that I see. Okay. I don't know if that was sleep or what. I already washed my face, so um maybe it was some of my soap. Um so well, it's not really a soap that I use. Anyways, it but because it's not gonna burn you if it gets in your eyes. Well, it might. It has salt in it, so the salt might. So anyways, the thing is that if it is an issue through their manufacturing, then that needs to be corrected in-house. If it is someone else tampering with their products, they need to be made aware so that they can handle that situation accordingly as well, because those types of issues can still involve them because they're utilizing their product and it is being like obtained out of a store and it has this issue, right? So it's going from them to the store to a consumer that the consumer has purchased and can actually harm the consumer. Okay. So either way, it does need to be addressed. That actual package was one that, I wouldn't even feed my cats because after, I don't know, one, how long it was on the shelf. Two, I don't know, once it has not been vacuum sealed properly. um I'm not sure how long it would have stayed good without the proper vacuum seal. With the proper vacuum seal, it can stay good for months or years, even if stored in like a dry, cool place, or even if it's in a hot place, like because of the way that the air has been sucked out. Anyways, the thing is that this is something that must be addressed, and we should find out exactly where the issue is happening, whether it's happening from their manufacturing or if it is happening at the store level, right? Or if it's actual other customers that are attempting to, um, cause harm to other customers, right? By opening all these boxes. And I'm not giving anybody an out. Um, you know what I'm saying? Whichever situation it is, it has to be addressed. Or this company, could be held liable for whatever has happened to other customers that possibly received these types of packages that were improperly, um, vacuum sealed, or, um, you know, it hands down, this is whichever way it is, there's a whole bunch of unprofessionalism going on. There's no way that I shouldn't have been able to refund or return or exchange that package. Okay, I was refused. And so when I got the smaller one and it was done like that, I went to someone else. Okay. And, they really realized and knew that that's an issue. Like, any store knows, and anybody working at a store, the seals are for the consumer's protection. And if that protection barrier has been broken, or that protection was not implemented in the first place, right? A vacuum seal being tampered with, or a vacuum seal not being properly done, can get a consumer sick, right? That would be like botulism, I think it's botulism in canned goods or whatever, where, the can went bad, because of maybe, you know, dents, or not being sealed properly as well, or something inside of the can that wasn't properly done, you know. So the the seals have to be in place no matter what the product is. I don't care if it's cat food, dog food, your food, your mama food. It needs it all. Listen, and I'm going to say this because this is important too. So if you didn't know these types of things, because not everyone's family teaches these types of things, and some people get sick and have issues and they don't even know where it's coming from, but they don't know about this type of stuff, and they might have already gotten products that were compromised, right? So I had another video where I had bought, um oh God, what was it? It's not Dr. Till's. Oh, Dr. Bronner's. Dr. Bronner's. It's a liquid soap, and the products. It doesn't matter if they're expensive or not, but this soap is a Castile soap, and it's on, a more pricier side. It's organic, it's natural. You can use it for a lot of things. You can use this soap for your dishes, for bathing, for washing your hair, for um, you know, uh, using in your garden, right? You could use it for a lot of things. So it actually had a seal like this, but it didn't have like a plastic outside seal on the bottles. And and I did a video of this. This is already up on one of my social medias. It had two puncture holes, like needle puncture holes in the protection seal. And so I sent someone with my receipt to return it. And or the first one, no, I didn't have them return it. I had them exchange it. And I told that individual, I said, make sure that you look at the seal and make sure that it doesn't have that. So when they exchanged it, I guess they didn't think that I was gonna look and like really, uh, call them on it if it was, came back with a messed up seal. But when they came back, it had three. I'm telling you, they were like needle marks, like somebody injected something with a needle in them, like a syringe needle. So I was just like, okay, it had two, now it has three. No, you need. I said, go back and just get a refund. And they were like, oh no, nothing's wrong with it. I took the bottle upside down because first I just squeezed it a couple of times and showed that bubbles could come out of the protection seal, like the bubbles were coming up out of those little holes. And then I just poured it over and squeezed it a little bit so like liquid could drop out. I was like, it's open. Okay. And I actually did a video with the bottle and everything, sent the individual back with it. And that was at a different store. So you got to be careful with these products. And the 2121, when I looked at the timestamp of the video, the 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 issue can be as simple as you just being observant and paying attention to the products that you buy for your health, and I mean your overall health. Okay, I check back in the day when I was a child, we used, if we would go Halloween, you know, candy, trick or treating or whatever, getting candy and stuff, we were taught how to check packages, because there was a whole thing that people were doing weird stuff to the children's candy when they would go trick or treating. So we would check the packages to make sure that they were intact and everything before we would actually partake in that candy or whatever. But all the candy would be looked at before anybody ate anything. Okay? Every last single piece of candy would be inspected first. And whatever candy hadn't been inspected, if it was a lot of candy, then you could only eat out of like this particular bucket or whatever candy bucket, and not the one that hadn't been looked through. So until that was processed. Okay. So the thing is that I check all of the products I purchase like it's Halloween candy. I'm telling you, even the fruits and vegetables, I'm checking. Okay? If something looks off, weird, out of place, whatever, nah, not having it. No, no, and no. Just say no. Either get something else or don't buy it at that store at all, because when those two puncture holes were in the first lid and then the individual came back and it was three puncture holes in the second lid, then I went back another time, another two times actually. And one of the times I just looked for shits and giggles. I'm just going to say it. Shits and giggles to see if, the products that they had on the shelf of that particular item were the same way. So I just like took the thing off, squeezed it, seen that it was like that, put it back on, and I was like, okay. Then I was like, I had left, and then when I was in there shopping for something else, I said, you know what? Let me go check, and if it is, I'm going to make their managers aware of it. Okay, they should have been made aware of it when it was brought back, and I was like, you know what? The two that were brought back and gotten the refund, it should have been very clear that they got something going on with this product. But that when I went into the store months later and I checked it myself and it was still an issue, I was like, either they didn't follow through with something, they didn't feel that it was an issue, or somebody's still doing something to their products or whatever. Either way, it needed to be addressed, and it hadn't been properly addressed either. So I went to management, I showed them how it did, and I was like, all your bottles over there are doing the same thing. It's requiring correction. Okay, so confirmation with the horn. Okay, so like I cannot make this stuff up. I don't know if I put that video on my YouTube channel. I don't know. I don't know if I put it on my YouTube channel or if I put it on another one of my social medias, but I do have that video somewhere posted already. It's posted somewhere. Um, it's posted. I got 340 videos, so I'm not sure if it's one of those or if it's on another site. So either way, if it's if I have time, I'll look for it and I might like tag it into this one if it's already on YouTube. Okay, and put it in the description. Man, I should have put some chapstick on before I did this video. Uh, and you know what's crazy is I thought I got it out to put some on. Anyways, it's all good. It is all good. Um, they they'll be all right. But anyways, so I wanted to come and share this kind of like information to young people, as especially that maybe or even older people that just have not had that type of, you know, I guess you could call it home training or life training. And so this is like something that is vitally important to your overall health. That if you get something that is supposed to have a protection seal, that is literally sealed for your protection. Okay? Sealed for your protection. It literally says that. Sealed for sealed for your protection. Okay. So if that protection has been broken, it's a no-go. I don't care how bad you want the item. If the other store is miles away, something ain't right with this product. So you got to think, is your life worth utilizing this compromised product that you don't know what has been done to it? I think not. I think my life is more important than whatever that product is, and we won't call it out. We're going to call it out. We're going to see if something can be properly done to correct the situation, and if not, then we know what side they are on. Okay? And I would hope and I would pray and I would think based on what the actual packaging of this company for the smoked salmon states. I would literally hope that that is not the case with their company, because the process that they're actually using to make this smoked salmon is actually, look at how big the package is, and the meat is only like right here, and this, like, it's only right here. So they're using a big package, and this stuff is like, for this little, let me show you guys. The meat is, there's some, it's not all the way to the bottom, but it's like, there's a little bit right here. So it's like, you know, a fillet or whatever. And so, like, that fillet, just the meat, is like $14. 13, I think it's 13.99 or something like that. So, when you purchase something like that, I don't care if it's a dollar or a penny, like, the packaging needs to be right. Because regardless of how much you pay for it, whether it was $1 million or a penny, um, if the packaging ain't right, it's gonna get you sick, most likely. In that case, um, like I stated, I would not even feed that to my cats, because the simple fact is that it has very it has the risk versus benefit and the harmful effects that it could cause even to my cats, it's not worth it. So that $13.99, $14, whatever it was, it's not worth the health of myself nor my animals to eat it. Okay. So with that, I hope that this video was informative, not only about a product that you should be definitely checking the vacuum seal on, and I'll put a uh, photograph of the actual package that it comes in, the box, so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. I actually really love this smoked salmon. The process, as I was starting to state before, it's a process that is an ancient process utilized by indigenous, aka misnomered natives, as they put on the packaging, but the original Indians. That's my people. Okay, so it's an original. That's probably why I love it. Somewhere in my DNA, it's like, yes, this is my stuff. This is, this is how we would eat smoked salmon, because you know it just resonates with me. Okay, the taste, the flavor, the salmon, right? So, anyways, uh, I would hope that they will take responsibility as a company in righteousness, in honor, and integrity to correct this situation, not only for myself, but across the board. If this is something that is happening at other stores, um, or especially the store that it was occurring at, okay, which I'm not going to name and identify in this video. However, if they contact me, which I will attempt to reach out to them and tag this video so that they can actually see it. Not maybe not tag them, but like email them this video so they can watch it. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not gonna run it up, as they say. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. They should do the right thing for just the community at large, safety, and any animals that eat that, because I would feed, when I would get those, I would have to give some to my cats. You think they're gonna smell that smoked salmon and not want their kitty tax? They're coming in like ready to like pounce on me if I don't give them no kitty tax. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, but other than that, like, I just want to share something good with my kitty cats anyway. So, and then their kitty catitudes will be, in the highest vibration of the kitty domes and kitty uh queendoms, that it could possibly be. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you guys keep seeing me look down, because where I'm actually sitting, there's like red ants. And so, like, they keep trying to come on me. Like, I'm cool with most like bugs. They haven't bit me or nothing. But I don't want ants all over my legs. Like, I'm wearing a dress, but I don't need it looking like I got ants in my pants. Type of situation. Um, and I don't want the one to bite, and then they all start trying to bite me. But anyways, yeah, I've had to like keep an eye out, because I know where I'm sitting. They all around me, but it's all good. Okay, because I wanted to get this video done. I wanted to get it out, and now it is completed. I'm gonna, edit that other video in so you guys can see that, and go and get a uh, screenshot or a photo of the actual packaging that comes in. So, yeah, what was interesting is, right as I was setting my laptop up to do this video, that's when that lady was like wrestling with the cart, and I said what I said to her, and she said what she said to me. And I was like, you know what? That's the that's the adversarial negative forces that want me to be in some kind of negativity and not get this video done. I swear it was like on cue, like right as I was going to start this video, that happened. And I was going to start off talking about it. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to feed into it, whatever. And then you guys heard how she was coming at me. So, that's how I know too that these videos, they absolutely need to be done. Okay? Because, I'm literally, now that woman, that's not, she didn't sound like a tweaker. She sounded like grandma. Okay? Grandma Karen, like, racist, classist, whatever. I shouldn't be here on my own land. No, no, that don't sound right. I shouldn't be here because homeless, houseless. That don't sound right when I'm doing business. And like literally, where are they? Where did I put them at? Oh, they're right here. Okay, hopefully I can get to this without knocking some stuff over. Yeah, I got them. Okay. So I'll go in front of different stores and I'll pass out my QR codes. Look, that when you open them up, okay, so let me show you the back. Okay, I'm not gonna open it up because I listen. I put the password inside and I write my YouTube channel. So the thing is like you watching me, but you ain't watching all the other stuff that I'm doing. You just think I'm in here all day just lazy and not doing nothing? Like I do all kinds of stuff. So you don't ever see me recording videos, which I'm always recording videos. You don't see me in front of the stores passing these out. You don't see me giving out my YouTube channel. You don't see my signs with my YouTube stuff on the outside of my cart. You don't see none of that. You don't see none of that. None. Um, Anyways, so these are the some. There was a fashion designer dude from Okinawa that I met yesterday, and I also met another fashion designer who had been in art school for 7 years, and she had her portfolio that she was working on. Anyways, I met these two at the same place, and I gave them both one of my activity ebooks because they're artists and it has art stuff in it, and I thought that they would just love it. And the dude from Okinawa was like, he really liked this concept because like it does open up. I'm not gonna open it up all the way, but yeah, he really liked this, and I let him know like I actually had some business cards years ago that I had done very similar to this, and it was done like that because you could put it on a table and they would stand up on their own. So like if I went to some kind of luncheon or if I went to anywhere that was gonna have like, people eating or tables or whatever, I could just set these around at the place settings, and it was just great. That was for my fitness, when I was doing my fitness business, right? And so, yeah, so it's something that I have actually been a trendsetter in doing because a lot of people in Houston, Texas actually started making their business cards like that too. All different types of industries started doing it and using them. And yeah, so I was like, bring it back for my activity ebook, and then have the ordering information if they want to order others or if they want to just support. Like I have all that information on the back. My fine art merch is on there, and then oh, here, this one is better. The fine art merch is highlighted in yellow. And then this is my YouTube QR code, and then I have it actually written inside, because some of these I printed like half the page with this QR code and half the page doesn't have them. So I'm like, ugh. So I just wrote it across the board just in case, also because the QR code was so small, just in case they couldn't scan the QR code. But anyways, I'm not gonna run it up. Okay, I'm gonna do other videos. So everyone have a wonderful day. Do not let any haters, Karens, classist, sexist, weirdos, skip scap scallywags, um, Fruit Loops, Toodaloops, whatever, get in your way of achieving your goals. Do just say, uh, we cease all distractions. We burn all contracts for the enemy to have any kind of access to our life in any way. So I cancel all assignments of Satan with regards to my life. I cancel all assignments of the devil with regards to my life and my divine purpose. We cancel all contracts with his demons, devils, and agents, and any kind of assignments for witches and warlocks that are trying to send any kind of ill will towards myself, my lineage, my ancestors, uh, my inheritance, my well-being, my bliss, my peace, any of that kind of stuff. We cancel it all now, right now. Okay, and you should cancel all that kind of stuff too. You know, there's different ways that I say it, but that was just like on the fly. Listen, I don't rehearse none of this stuff. I just get on here, push record, and then I go. I just go. Okay. If there's something that I'm just like, then I might edit out the That's about it. That's about it. And then the other stuff I edit, maybe some words in or pictures or something like that, or focus in and out and stuff like that. But I just go. That's it. You know, it. I guess I got it like that. I don't do all kind of takes and retakes. I just push record and I go with it. And whatever comes out, that's what it is. And I'm done. Like now. Or now, when I push the done button. Stop.